Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Clantis Dumagute, and welcome to Clantis Dumagute podcast. You guys, thank you so much for the support that I'm getting from you. It is highly appreciated. I know I said I'm going to come here at least twice a week, but the algorithm is not satisfied with my uploads thus far, which is understandable. I've been absent from this channel for a good 3 months. So YouTube is mostly interested in people uploading consistently on the platform. If you're not going to be consistent, obviously your analytics are going to look horrible. Right now, all the arrows are pointing down, meaning I am still not out of the woods when it comes to the YouTube algorithm in promoting my videos to more people. So that is why it's also important for you to adhere to this call of action by smashing the like button for me, because the like button is connected to the YouTube algorithm and it gets triggered every time you upload. I mean, not upload, every time you click the like button, because it gives an indication to the YouTube algorithm that this video is enjoyable, it is satisfying, and important to promote to more people. So if you're not going to click the like button, then of course this channel is not going to go anyway. Please, anywhere. Sorry. Please do me that big favor. I will highly appreciate that. So guys, because I'm having a bit of a troublesome time with my comment section, I thought let me answer your comments, or maybe read your comments, and if there are questions, I answer those questions via the this video for the main videos that I have uploaded thus far. So I'm going to try my level best to go through all the comments of all the videos that I have uploaded thus far, the last 3 videos basically. And let's get talking and engaging in some great things that are happening between South Africans and African Americans and the African diaspora as a whole. So I want to start with the first comment coming from Jackson. Jackson basically was giving me a super thanks of $10. Thank you so much, Jackson. I highly appreciate that. That was very generous of you. Abundance of blessings to you and your family and their children's children too. Then we have before I be slave. I think that's how it's said. That's the handle. Before I be slave. Another banger, Clantis. Thank you for the info. Thank you so much for the support. I just wish I was able to read your handle properly. Thank you so very much for that. Then we have Tia Holloway, who says, "Hey Clantis, glad you are back and love to hear how super busy you have been." Yeah, the elections was really busy. That means business is good. I hope it is, eh? I wish I could have connected with you when I made it to Joburg. Oh, you came to Joburg and Cape Town back in April and May. Wow. I know, I remember you saying that you were coming to South Africa, but that was last year when we talked. Oh my goodness, you really made it. Oh, that's great. I had the best time and plan to come back next year. Please do. Please do. Please make use of my email address as well. Wow. I'm glad you had a great time, Tia. And then we have Soul Rebel 2006. Keep posting, bro. Thank you. Thank you. You have great content. Wow. Thank you so much. More and more of us are interested in coming home to South Africa. I love hearing that. I must tell you, any little information is great and your humor does wonders. Trust me, it's unintentional. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. I highly appreciate you. Then I have a fellow South African who says, the name is Nosipo. Nosipo says, thank you. Thank you so much, Nosipo. I wish the African Union reads these messages from our children in America. We love you. And we do. And Somebody said something very smart about the AU. I'm sure I'm going to get to that comment as well, which made total sense to me. And I had no idea that there was such a thing where African American or the African diaspora is the sixth region of the African Union. There are five regions in Africa under the African Union, and then the African diaspora makes the sixth. And then the question then for me is, who is representing the sixth region in the African Union Parliament? Because that person is to be held accountable for the failures that they have not done anything. They need to be held accountable for that. How come so many of us didn't even know this information? And I'm sure a lot of y'all may not even know this information, that our African diaspora, they are the sixth. If the African diaspora makes the sixth region of the African Union, then why are they entering with visas into Africa? That is ridiculous to me. Then that means our sixth region, that means sixth region of Africa. If you have an intention of coming to South Africa, or have an intention to go to Nigeria or Ghana or Uganda or Kenya or wherever, as a black African American, or as a black British person, or as a black Australian or Canadian, or even Caribbean, all black people that are part of the African diaspora, y'all should not be asked to apply for visas. You should have free entry into the African continent, anywhere you want to go to. And also, this whole story, in fact, should even be offered dual citizenship if you still want to keep your American citizenship, which I don't think you should renounce, because believe it or not, whether we accept it or not, the United States passport is still powerful on the planet. But at least offer dual citizenship. If you want to become a South African citizen, but still keep American citizen, you should be allowed to do that, provided that you are an African diasporan and you are the sixth region of the African Union. No, something needs to be done about this, honestly speaking. I continue on Nosipo's comment, who says, I believe there should be a strategy at AU, which is African Union, level about descendants of slaves that were sold to the white man overseas. You deserve a double citizenship. Exactly. Visa free to Africa. Yes. You deserve free land in Africa. If you are interested in buying land to build whatever it is you want to build, it has to, of course, to be contributing to the economy of that particular African country you may be interested in moving to and taking its citizenship or dual citizenship. That's the only way we can say sorry to you guys. Yeah, I understand that some enslaved people were actually sold by African chiefs and their own people. And I see the part of it's our way to say sorry to you guys. I was walking in Harlem in New York. I felt like I was in Johannesburg or home in Durban. I'm from Durban too. Well, Kaya, that's how we call each other. Please come to Durban as well. Trust and believe me, as a Durbanite myself, it's one of the things that I would like people that connect with me also go to, so that you get to see the kingdom of the Zulus, experience the lifestyle of the Zulu people. And if you are lucky, you may even see the king. You know, South Africa is not about Cape Town alone. And I we have spoken about this before, but I feel like I need to expand a little bit more about Cape Town, even though it's still part of South Africa. And I believe everybody should have the opportunity to visit Cape Town because it is gorgeous. It is breathtaking, and I would love to see everybody that connects with me as well as coming to South Africa to go and experience Cape Town. But there are some things that are going down there that I am not happy about, particularly the tourism industry down there. I'm very unhappy about that at all. And I have said this before, what my gripe is with Cape Town. The final sentence from Nosipo says, please consult me if you want to invest in South Africa. Well, there you go, guys. There's a South African who has offered investment opportunities should you require one. My brother is a chief. Basically, a chief is like a mini king of a particular village. So if the brother is the chief, clearly she does have connections not in KwaZulu Natal but Eastern Cape. Oh, okay, so you're from the Eastern Cape but you live in KwaZulu Natal, Durban to be specific. Yeah, so if you are interested in investing in rural projects or rural businesses, I'm not saying this is a rural opportunity or rural business opportunity, but for a person who has a brother who is a chief, chances are the business might be rural. I could be wrong. I stand corrected, Nosipa. I apologize if I am presuming over you. And then we have Jackson who says, Clantis, is good to have you back. Thank you so much, Jackson, and thank you for that $10 super thanks. The super thank button is just below or next to the subscribe button. Should you also want to be generous? Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. I enjoyed the topic. Keep up the great work. See you soon. By the way, you are coming down in July. I believe I'm going to be with you in Durban when you come along with a lot of African Americans for that matter. I'm going to definitely, I'm going to meet you, see you, sit down and have a great time in Durban. And then we have another fellow South African, Sibu Sisojelo, who says, Clantis, this is my favorite channel. Keep it up, brother. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Sibu Siso. Thank you. That made my day. Thank you. I'm sorry, this one is a handle without a name, but it's user QP3EB5RD3T. I am happy for this podcast subject matter. Please keep it up. Love. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate the support. Love you back. Thank you so much. Then we have to know me is to love me. I think I remember you. You and your son once came to South Africa. I think you ended up in the Caribbean the last time I checked you out. I could be wrong, but because this handle sounds so familiar, and the channel name was to know me is to love me. I think. I could be wrong. You say, hi, Clantis. Hi, how are you doing? So happy to see a new video here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Please don't stay away too long. I promise this time around I am here. Look, we are consistent thus far. We are consistent, maybe because as well I'm trying to get the algorithm to favor me as well. We look forward to your content, which is always informative and entertaining. Thank you. I appreciate this so much. I appreciate this so much. Thank you. Then we have Elijah who says, just subbed, welcome, and you are warmly welcome, Elijah. Thank you. Thank you for considering to subscribe here. Then we have Just Fox 305 who says, another good job might be if more local South Africans signed up for Airbnb experiences over here in the USA. Oh, okay. Let's continue. Let's hear this. People go on that website to book tours. Oh, please let me know what that website is. Most of the people listed as tour guides are white. Funny enough, that's the gripe that I want to talk about, but in a different video. Funny enough, you would be told that the number one, the tourism industry in South Africa, it this is the truth. It is ran mostly by white people, and most of these white people are not even South African themselves. They're German, French, Spanish, you name them, including the American, like white Americans. And then you have white South Africans as well that run the tourism industry, particularly in Cape Town and also elsewhere in the country. So sometimes you'll see on the website that your tour guide is a white person, and when you get to South Africa, it's actually a black person. And it so happened that black person is not even a South African citizen, and it boggles the mind every time when I interact with you guys, when you come maybe for the second time, and you are telling me a piece of history that you learned about South Africa in Cape Town, and then my mind is like, no, that's not a South African history at all. Please repeat that. And you're like, no. I'm like, who told you this information? Like, no, my tour guide in Cape Town, and his name is. I'm like, you were not tour guided by a South African citizen. A South African citizen know our history. And somebody else from another part of Africa made a tour guide in South Africa does not know our history. They distort so much of our history. Sometimes they even add their own history into South African history, diluting the entire information, becoming absolutely obsolete, absolutely useless for you. And then you'll be going around telling other people in the US all the wrong information about South Africa. So that is one of the gripes that I am having with the tourism industry down in Cape Town. It's never a South African that is going to be your tour guide. That is why it's important. It's important that you get a South African on with you. I don't know how you're gonna get this South African. I've said this before. Make sure that you get a South African with you guys as you tour around Cape Town, so that they are able to say that is not true. This is the real history, because they don't know our history. They are trained specific history lessons to teach you, because you must also remember some of these guys do not like that our history, or the history that their forefathers created in South Africa, the brutality and the colonialism, they kind of like water it down and shine it into something that is more settled with their conscience, rather than the real stuff that Black people went through in South Africa, the things that they don't want you to know about. Versus when it is a Black South African who is a tour guide who will tell you the real history of South Africa. I don't know if I'm making any sense there. So I see what you are saying there, Just the Fox, but it's something that needs to be fixed. That's why you'll need to come here. You all need to come here as well, so that we can fix these sort of issues by us getting together and forming tourism agencies, tourism guides, and all of that stuff. And again, like I said, South Africans usually, especially a Black South African, does not have capital. And if you have capital, then you can partner up with a South African and open a tourism industry company. And then we can counteract this nonsense that I keep hearing. Because when I'm hearing our history being distorted like that, as a patriotic South African, I get furious. Not at the person that is telling me this issue, because they've been lied to and misled, but what's going on and deliberately done by people who are not even South African themselves. And why would they even care telling a South African's history the way it's supposed to be told? I don't know if I'm making any sense there. Let's continue with Just a Fox comment, who says, and no offense to them, but people would prefer a local or a native to the land person. Exactly. Exactly. But I must also say, yes, all that stuff that we may have in our hearts and beliefs, nationality or nationality, there are white people that are born in South Africa that own tourism companies. And some of them, of course, they have the best interest of South Africa at heart. And they are going to give you the right history and the right tour that you can actually enjoy and go home with correct information about the particular areas that you visited in South Africa, or in Cape Town for that matter. There are patriotic white people. I'm not saying there are none. They are. And it's just that it's unfortunate they get swallowed by those with bad intentions. And they take your money at the end of the day. They take your money. And I will tell you an experience that I had once when I was in Cape Town not so long ago, before the spotlight shone on South Africa by African Americans. Going to a restaurant in Cape Town was almost like pulling tooth without the anesthetic, because you get to the restaurant and you'll be ignored, and all the other people that are not of this color, they will be served first. And then you'll sit there twiddling your thumb and thinking a waiter is gonna come. Most of the time, those waiters down there in Cape Town are of this race. And you'll just sit there and you'll be ignored. And should you ever complain, you get kicked out. Now, because African Americans are coming in droves to South Africa, and suddenly black people are invited and they are welcomed with big smiles on their faces. Why? Because they don't know. They don't know how to distinguish between a South African and an African American. As long as we are all this, that means these are African Americans. Let's open our arms wide so that we make money out of them. That is another thing that I am not happy about. And of course, the restaurant industry as well is not owned by black South Africans. You will find mostly owned by white South Africans, and also foreign. When I say foreign, I'm talking white Germans, white French, and you name them, Chinese, Singaporeans, Indians. Indians, the South African Indians will find them in Durban. That's where they're doing their business. I'm talking those are from India type of situation. I'm not saying I have an issue with this, but where I have an issue is when we are being made a fool of so that they make a profit. If you don't like us, you don't like us. So continue doing what you've always done. So there's no such a thing as a better black person. We are all black people. And if you don't like black people, you don't like us. So why now? Because suddenly the spotlight is shining on South Africa and you are seeing an opportunity in making money. And now you're suddenly like, oh, welcome to South Africa. Oh, it's so lovely to see you. And then from there, the moment you start befriending some of them, they will start gossiping about black South Africans to you because you are the better black. I don't like that, honestly speaking. I just don't like that. So yeah, Just Fox, definitely there is changes that needs to be made there, and these changes will only happen if y'all also come here, just like the Germans, the French, the Indians, the Spanish, you name them, Chinese are here owning restaurants, owning tourism companies, etc., and so forth. Thus far, the real South Africa, which happens to be an African American owned tourism company, is probably the only one that I am aware of. Probably there are others, but this is the only one that I know of. If they can be thriving in this industry, can you imagine yourself also coming here? Then we have Dexter Martin, who says, speak on community service that we can partake in once arriving and doing business successfully. Yeah, absolutely. You are absolutely correct. There are a lot of community service stuff that can be done in South Africa. As you already know, that during the time of HIV and AIDS, it wiped off a lot of families, leaving little kids without parents. And we have like safety homes as well that running out of funds in order to feed some of these orphans, take them to school, make sure that they are healthy and have medicines and medical care for that matter. All of that stuff, yeah, definitely. I will create a video, but I need to do my research first around this particular topic. There are also community schools that are started by community members and they do not have enough resources like exercise books, textbooks, writing material, learning toys to learn, etc., and so on. They who knows? Those are the things that I think I would have to hunt down and then bring it to your attention so that when you come down here, you can contribute one way or the other, your time, money, or whatever it is that you can afford to contribute to these particular community service centers. Then let's go. That's actually great. That's a very great point, by the way, Dexter. Then we have doing Garvey. Oh, okay. Doing Garvey TV 5894. Why not us kidnapped Africans from America to the hood? Let me read that part again. Why not us kidnapped Africans from America to the hood. So basically, you are saying instead of going out there to Africa and South Africa, to be specific, why don't they come to the hood and do those things that they're doing out there in Africa? Is that how I'm understanding your comment? But anyways, let me not assume. Let me continue reading. You are saying if we come in numbers, we can help build up that community to make it hot spot as well. We must come home and help build. I'm a little bit confused with the language that is used here, but I'm assuming you are saying instead of going to Africa, come back to the Black communities in the United States and build them. Am I correct? Am I getting you correctly there? Because I'm assuming the whole point of many African Americans leaving the United States to begin with is the system that is designed not for African Americans to succeed at all. The American dream for a Black person in America, from what I understand, doesn't exist. And I am seeing a lot of African Americans that have moved to South Africa that are thriving and finding the American dream in South Africa. I heard some of them say, we need to stop the saying that it's an American dream in South Africa when it's a South African dream in South Africa that they are finding. So I don't think that if the system doesn't allow, even if you do come together in a system designed for you to fail, you are bound to fail because it is watching you. It's making sure that it divides you and it rules you in a manner in which that makes sure that it will make you guys butt heads as well, so that a certain group advances through these divisions amongst Black people in the United States. That is what I think possibly is the reason why they're like, listen, there is no saving any community that is Black in the United States because the system is not for us. It's against us. Okay, I'm talking about African Americans. And so the alternative, therefore, is going back to Africa. And then here, they come here and they do find these opportunities and the peace of mind knowing that, listen, I came to this land that accepted me, loves me, and allowed me to build and also find my own pot of gold and run with it without any conditions. Okay, the only conditions is be legal. That's it. Be legal, and everything else is good to go. And what I am loving, as I said in my previous videos, is the collaborations between South Africans and African Americans, and the other way around. And we already saw Nosipo offering her investment opportunities that talk to her if you have any. So that is what I'm loving. I'm loving that very, very much. So I don't know, bro. I don't know how you can convince, especially those that are living in the United States, like, hey, instead of going out there, come let's build our Black communities in the United States. I don't know how you're going to do that. Then we have Allison September, who says, coming back home to the motherland, they say never knew South Africa was their motherland. Okay. I remember this comment and I did respond to it because I felt, okay, let me continue reading so you see what I mean. In America, they have an issue with Tyler, who said she was a colored South African. We're still fighting for our land, and that is still in the hands of our colonizers, which means most of the Blacks and coloreds don't even own a home. They come here and can even choose where they want to buy properties. I'm thinking you're saying African Americans. Don't blame them, but at least respect our history of our country. And yes, coloreds exist here. Black Americans, I noticed, are very arrogant. After the Tyler story, my take on Black Americans have changed. I guess it's not all. Yeah, I did respond, and maybe I need to read my response to the post because I felt, in as much as I agreed with some of the things, but I feel like there was a lot of misplacement in that comment. And this is my comment back to Allison's comment. I said not to invalidate your comment. However, I must point out that you are painting every African American with the same brush. And I can tell you that many African Americans are well informed and aware of South Africa's demography. The issue might be you are exposed to the ignorant and probably uneducated African American who is touchy about subjects that don't even concern them due to geographical upbringing. The Tyler situation was one of which that taught people across the planet that people of mixed race in South Africa are called coloreds or colored. Understandably, Tyler mentioned this in a nation, in a group of people that were called all sorts of derogatory names or descriptions, such as coloreds being one of them. Tyler had said this in the US, where this group lives and still healing. However, this brought an enlightenment to the same group that the word elsewhere in the world, like South Africa, is an entire people known as coloreds. Arrogance is everywhere because us two South Africans are ignorant when it comes to certain issues. One day, one day, us too will get an opportunity to learn about other nations that may use a word that is derogatory to us, like the word unbeliever in Arabic is the K word, kafir. Now, should we all go up in arms when an Arabic person from the Middle East is heard on a large media platform speaking about religion and they speak about their own and state that they are not kafirs, the K word? It's like the N word, this word in South Africa. No, I do plead with you that try to be objective in your comment and not drive a sweeping statement about over 40 million people in the US. We are here to learn about each other. That was my response to the comment. I know that it doesn't come from, I think it comes from a disappointed place, because they do say they changed their attitude or their minds when it came to African Americans. But I'm saying not all of you are punishing innocent people as well. Just this morning, we had two African American girls on one of the biggest news channel in South Africa talking about learning how they know how to speak Zulu. These are African American girls. Are you also saying they're also ignorant as the ones that you are exposed to about the issue about colored people in South Africa? Two African American girls can learn, I mean, not can learn, can speak Zulu, a South African language. Do you think this, then one of them happens to be mixed race? So don't you think she knows that in South Africa there are people called colored people? It's just that Tyler said it in America where this word is unacceptable. That is why African Americans, I think rightfully so, were up in arms until they learned that this word elsewhere means something else, and an entire nation of people. So that's just how it is. I see Jackson did also respond and say, Allison, I hope you get an opportunity to interact with Black Americans. What you will soon learn or experience is that most of us are not arrogant, but very welcoming, easy to deal with, entertaining, and very not dangerous, generous, sorry. And then, yes, I can attest to that myself because I have tasted the generosity, the entertainment, and the intellectual conversations that I've had with a lot of African Americans, and they're very much aware for the longest time that South Africa's demography is divided this way. And then in that demography, you have colored people. Not because it's derogatory, and they also have no issue being called colored. What may be misconstrued as arrogant is that many of us are opinionated. True, true. One thing I know about African Americans are quite opinionated. But then again, we are all opinionated as people. But this comes out of our experience in America. When white told us black is ugly, we stood loudly and declared black is beautiful. Hmm. When we were told black is weak, we stood up boldly and said black is power. Mhm. We were told we had to sit at the back of the bus. We sat at the front of the bus. All of this mindset and attitude comes out of us wanting to self realize and gain freedom and manifest our dignity. At this point, a lot of us are just wanting to find comfort in a place called home. Hence, they are coming home to South Africa and elsewhere on the African continent. That cannot be an issue you are having, especially if you identify and solid and you in solidarity are with anything that is black and colored. Because amongst the African Americans back home, as mixed race as they consider themselves as black people. And when they are here, if you are mixed race yourself and they are here, they are seen as colored people, your people. So to say African Americans are arrogant and what have you, da 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 da, I don't know. I do not know. Well, I feel like this video was quite long. Maybe I will do other two at another time. Again, guys, I am still trying to please the YouTube algorithm. Please do me a huge favor. If you found this video valuable, to smash me the like button and also consider subscribing if you have not subscribed yet. I will highly appreciate that. So definitely, I will see you probably on Sunday with another video. But thank you so much, guys, for viewing my videos and also commenting, liking, and things like that. Thank you for the super thanks, Jackson. I highly appreciate it. Much blessings abundantly to you and your family. Well, guys, let me call it a day, and let me go get myself some coffee and warm up because it's cold here. Hey guys, Jackson, as you guys come, it's cold. Well, Durban is summer, summer, summer. Those are the four seasons you'll experience in Durban. Except in the morning, it's chilly, and around 4:30, it gets really, really cold. But in between, it's quite hot in Durban. So please make sure that you tell the group to carry both summer and winter clothes as you guys come to Durban in July. I cannot wait to meet you guys. I am so excited for that. Until next time, guys, see you again. Bye.